What's up, and welcome to Nighttime at the Nerd Bar, episode 100.
We did it. Oh my God.
Yes.
2.5 years in coming.
Yes, it was November of 2021 that we started this journey with all of you. And if you're new here, welcome. And if you've been with us along the way, thank you. And thank you to new people, too. We're happy to have you
Yeah.
here. Yes. Oh, my goodness. It's like, what? I can't believe we're
Yes.
here. Well, if you
This
are
is
new,
wild. This is wild, you guys.
we bring you that Monday energy and
Mm-hmm.
enthusiasm, and now it's at 100. So we should also get to some intros in case you are new here. Hello, I am Carrie Lane.
And I'm Katie Cullen.
Yes, and we have a live chat going on, and I just take a look at some of the comments already, and we got a bunch of special guests lined up, so
We
stick around
do.
for everybody.
That'll be fun.
Let's look at the chat real quick. We see Ellie Woods, exclamation points. I like it. Heck also has exclamation points. Giga Derek says 100 episodes, light the beacons.
Condor calls for aid.
Got some more exclamations, more. I like it. Got a wave. And
Untitled. I put this in my Discord server, and they're all coming out in droves, and I love you. You guys. You guys.
And if I say anybody's username wrong, I apologize in advance. And then we got 10 out of 10. Yes.
I love you too, Heck.
I got jump scared. I hope we didn't. I surprise you all getting started. Yay. We got John Knight. Hello. Congratulations. Yes. Well, we do have a guest waiting in the wings and is ready to get going. And this special guest...
Real quick, before we get started, a little bit of housekeeping. This isn't going to be one of our normal episodes. As we said, we have so many wonderful guests who are returning to the show. So if you've been around here for a long time, you will see some familiar faces. If you're familiar with the industry, you will see some familiar faces. And if you like seeing cool people, you will see some familiar faces. So this show is just going to be all interview, all talk. We will still have our news and recommendations at the end. For those of you who are here to talk Solo Leveling and Delicious in Dungeon, we will be doing double episode coverage of both shows next week. So definitely stick around for all the celebrations today, but come for the analysis and me yelling at things and Carrie reining me in as she always does.
And the board, the invisible board on the wall, yes.
Yes, the pin board with all of the red thread that you can't see, but it's here, you guys.
Yes.
We got 5 anime up here so far. It's wild.
Ellie was also said, congrats, Kia. You summoned the supporting Beans Horde. We love you. Yay.
My Beans people. They're wonderful. For those going, what? The Discord server is called Beans.
Cute.
And there's my people.
We got Rab and Adler in chat says still here. Yes, thank you.
We are. You are. We appreciate you. Yes.
This is me
housekeeping done.
Chat in case you're like, what are you looking at? All right. So this special guest was a really cool circumstance where we got to cover a red carpet for a really cool movie, Knights of the Zodiac. And this person, I can feel like everybody knows what the guests are, but I'm like, ooh, we'll keep it a surprise till we announce. But anyway,
they have the names, not the order.
Yes. And they are an incredible actor and stunt person. And we got to meet them at the party. And it was so cool to really kind of dissect the behind the scenes and was so gracious in sharing all that stuff. Let's welcome Kaylin! Woo!
Hello. Hi, guys. Well, I was really close to the camera.
We also do that too. You turn on and it's like, whoa, hello. It's good to see you.
Good to see
Welcome
you. Welcome
back. How are you doing?
You. I'm great. Happy to be here. Happy to talk to you guys again. Congrats, by the way, on your accomplishment.
Thank you. It's a wild one. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for being our first guest of the night. It's been a hot minute since we've talked, so catch us up with what you've been up to in the past few months.
Gosh, well, I mean, full disclosure, there was this little strike situation going on in the industry, which I think we're all well aware of. So, work slowed down a bit, but fortunately, motion capture was still happening. So I was doing a lot of mocap work. I actually just did a mocap day today.
Nice.
It has nothing to do with this, so don't get any ideas.
Today's work is still very much under NDA, I assume.
Yeah.
Yes. It is, but it was super duper fun. And did a little bit of theater during the strike. I did a show at Halloween Horror Nights, which was just an absolute blast. I come from theater, so that was like just such a great thing for my soul. And then just been keeping busy doing some writing, some training, some trying to enjoy the downtime so that once it's gone, I'm not like, I wish I relaxed more. Which that, varying degrees of success with that.
It's hard to relax when things are precarious, and a strike is always a little precarious, but glad that you were able to enjoy the downtime. I do want to talk a little bit about the Halloween Horror Night show, because I'm too much of a scaredy cat to go, but my roommate goes every year, and just from what I've seen on Instagram, from what she had to say, you had a Purge-themed show in the Waterworld area, so you had water stunts as well. Like, talk to us a little bit about that. What went into that, your character? Just tell us a little bit about the show. Give us the deets.
I mean, so it was the first time they were doing this, and way back when, Waterworld used to do a Halloween show that they called Slaughterworld, and it was just like a very crass, like tongue-in-cheek kind of. Sorry, that's my dog.
We love our furry companions.
Hey, buddy.
Yes. Just a very like blue humor kind of version of the show. Very raunchy. And then they ended up getting rid of it. I'm not entirely sure why, but they wanted to bring something back to the stage because they were getting rid of the Jabberwocky show. So they wanted something to replace it as a major live show for Halloween Horror Nights. And so I guess combination of Action Horizons, which runs Waterworld, and then Universal kind of partnered together to create this script. They had to go through all the IP nonsense and created this kind of side universe, story within Purge. And it's basically, it starts with this senator who is coming to this old abandoned movie set to try to wait out the Purge. He's watching it, and he's like this arrogant, kind of a stereotype of a politician.
Your usual Purge characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There's always that guy.
Yes. And then I come in as the main bad guy, who ends up being the person you root for at the end, because we root for the Purgers, right? Especially in a Halloween show. And he definitely gets his comeuppance, I will say.
All right.
Some of those Instagram reels were wild.
Oh, yeah. It was a pretty bloody show.
Right. Now, when we first met you, your more specialty was more of a martial arts kind of style of movement and everything. How did that affect what you did for the stunt show, and or did you learn something new doing that kind of performing?
So I was actually thrilled that I had virtually no stunts in the show. At first, I was a little bit bummed because I like doing stunts. It's fun. But I had a baseball bat and I would hit people a little bit. But other than that, I didn't get wet, which actually ended up being really nice because it got cold. I didn't really take any big falls. I mostly just stood there and I acted. But I got to act my hat off. And, like I said earlier, I come from theater. And as much as I love stunts and all these things, like the performing is what brings me the joy. So it was really cool to flex those muscles again. And I got over the bruised ego of not doing any stunts pretty quickly. And that's kind of reflective of where I am right now in my career. I'd say it's like, still love stunts, still take stunt work, but the more I can diversify kind of how I'm performing, the happier I am. So it was honestly like, I loved doing that show. I would do it again next year in a heartbeat.
Well, here's hoping. It sounded like it was a hit
before we know it. So,
I know. Time flies. And they did say that it, with the reception it got from people who saw it, like there's a really, really high chance they'll bring it back. So fingers crossed.
Well, of course they have to bring you back.
Oh, I hope so.
That's how that works, right?
I think. We'll see.
Hell yeah.
Do you like the quicker turnaround theater process like Fringe Festival or the festivals that are, you only get a very short limited amount of time to do a performance and then you're done?
I haven't done a ton of Fringe-esque things. I did some in high school, but I wouldn't count it as the same because they were actually plays we had done, and then we took them to a Fringe festival. But I think there's something about letting the character marinate that you end up getting a performance by the end that you wouldn't have ever discovered in the first month. So it's a give and take. But I mean, it'd be super fun to do a Fringe, and there's something cool about, on the other hand, having to put it together really quickly. They're two different kinds of magic, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything you have going on right now that you would like to promote and let people know about? I know you were saying there's a few things that you can't talk about yet, but anything that you want to let people know about, and where can they find you online?
Oh, I'm on the Instagrams. I think I don't know if they can see my name. It's at Caitlin Hutson, at ampersand CAITLANHUTSON. If you haven't played the Spider-Man 2 video game, this is related to that. I did a bit of motion capture in that. So it's very cool to see that and play that. Maybe try to guess.
Can I ask who you did mocap for? Any particular characters or character types?
Yes, I'm almost afraid of spoiling. Do people care if I spoil the game at this point?
If you haven't played Spider-Man 2 yet, cover your ears, because I want to know.
Okay. I did the mocap for Venom J.
Really?
Yeah. Particularly in the cinematics when she's like fighting and like doing all that stuff. It was super fun, and it was like a nerd moment because Laura Bailey was obviously there doing the voice, and so we worked in tandem with each other. She was standing off to the side, and I was, in mocap suit. And we worked our timing like simultaneously, which was I've never done anything like that before, and I'm such a big fan of hers, so it was pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
That's fantastic.
Cool. Thanks.
And that was an excellent fight. So
and it's a great game. So like, go play it if you haven't.
Oh yeah,
so good.
Nice.
Highly recommended. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's been great talking with you.
Likewise. I wish we had more time, but I know you guys have so many guests. So have a great rest of the show. And again, congrats.
Thank you. And we're so have a good night. To have you. And then one more time, we'll show the banner. Go follow on the IGs, and hopefully have you back for the next project when you can talk about it.
Heck yeah. Anytime.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye, guys.
Bye. All right, our next guest. Yes, I know. I'm like, we can gush about everybody after everybody, but I'm like, we do have a lineup. But absolutely, it's so nice to catch up, and that is really fun to hear the difference between like us, like the theme park kind of acting, and I love those shows. Those are so fun. So
they really are.
Go follow her on social media because she posts really cool behind the scenes stuff for all that as well. So
she really does. It's a fun time.
Yes. All right. So our next guest has been on this show a couple times and is involved with a lot of huge anime titles. So if you are a fan of anime and watching English dubs of anime, you have seen this gentleman's work. And there's currently a show we might be covering that is related as well. We'll get into that as well. Welcome, Alex Von David. Woo!
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Hey,
congratulations.
Congratulations
on your 100th. That's awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming back on the show for the celebration. It's good to see you again.
I'm flattered you guys want to just talk to me again. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a minute, but what have you been working on lately that you want to let people know about?
Oh, let's see.
That you can.
But you can, anything that's not under NDA.
Well, let's see. Like, I guess it's been a while, huh? So,
months, I think.
Only a few months.
Has it been? I'm bad at time.
Yeah.
Feels. Isn't everybody these days?
It's like.
It's like, remember 10 years ago in 2020?
Right.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
2020 was like 2 months ago. What are you talking about?
February of 2023, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a few months.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, you're right. It's a few months. Well, let's see.
I
That
think
was
last
around
time
the
we talked
time when
about
I was.
Sword Art Online.
Oh, the movie, yeah,
Yes.
Progressive.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
the second
Progressive.
one. So yeah, since then, some video games came out, Rain Code and Anonymous Code. Not related, other than the publisher, Spike Chunsoft. There was the first season of Mashal. I'm
Nice.
not doing the second season. Just kind of little too busy. I'll explain later.
Fair.
But the person who's adapting and directing it, tops. They're going to take care of it for sure. And then
I was actually real quick on that note. John Knight asked, "Did you enjoy Mashal dub?" I would hope so if you worked on it, but
yeah, no, it was super fun. Everybody was really cool to work with. I mean, a couple people who I had not really worked with, had not had much experience with. Yeah, no, it was super fun. The story was pretty kooky. But yeah, I mean, I wish I could have just kept going on the second season, but it's just I couldn't make it work with the schedule. So
right.
I prefer to adapt the shows that I direct. I
Fair enough.
prefer that. But yeah, I couldn't make it work this year. So, but don't worry, you guys are taken care of. Someone really cool is working on it now. So, yeah. And then let's see, but I can't, yeah, I don't think, yeah, none of the episodes of the dubs have come out yet, so I can't tell you who it is. So,
So that'll be a secret for those of you who are watching.
yes,
Keep an eye out in those
yeah,
dub credits when they drop.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's see, I worked on something that came out on Netflix called Omyoji. And that was one which I did not adapt. Lucian Dodge actually did the adaptation of all the scripts for that one. And yeah, that was pretty fun to work on too. A couple people from Mashal were on it. Let's see. Oh, Delicious in Dungeon. So
Hello.
yeah, so I'm not working on that either. I adapted the first 6 episodes
Okay.
and could only work on the first 4 episodes. And I didn't even get a chance to really finish those
no.
episodes. Yeah, it was just scheduling was kind of tough for it. And so we didn't start recording Marcel's character until after we finished everybody else. It's just the way it just worked out.
Was it any different because it's a Netflix show, or not necessarily?
No, I think they were trying to. I don't quite know what the deal was. I think they were trying to finalize deciding on who was going to play Marcel. Honestly, I think that was the idea, and maybe contracts and agents. I have no idea, to be honest.
Fair enough.
But I do know that. Yeah, we finished recording everybody else, and then we're just waiting for Emily to be available, or just for somebody to go. Yeah, we're going with Emily.
I mean, I've been watching the dub, and you'd never know. It flows so well, and those line reads are so well put together. You'd never know.
Good. Well, yeah. So that's the whole. I mean, whenever we do a dub, it's like, as you already know, it's we only do it one actor at a time. And yeah, so I'm, it's my job to try and make sure that we, if the first person if the first person we're recording is responding to someone who has not been recorded, that response is going to make sense once we record that person, and vice versa. So, yeah, so, and unfortunately, so Emily, as probably everybody has already heard by now, this is like the first time she's ever done a dub for anime. And she's, doing really great. She actually, it was like the worst situation. She actually, all of my sessions with Emily were remote. She had to do remote recording, which, I mean, for someone who's never done this, it can be a nightmare. Yeah, so things it because of the situation with remote recording, everything takes like 2 to 3 times longer. It's just, video and audio are never in sync.
Yeah.
Sometimes for the actor, which can trip them up a lot and stuff like that. But she was game. I mean, she was having fun. She was reading the manga, so she always knew kind of where we were in the story.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, and
That's
she was up for the challenge, and she wasn't there just to like fuck around. She was there to like really, put her all into it. So,
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
she's playing on hard mode, and again, she sounds amazing.
Yeah, she
Everyone
does.
does in that dub.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you
Oh,
like
yeah.
it. Yeah, there's
Having a
a couple
blast.
of the main cast are people like I'd worked with Casey and someone, but like a couple of times on just smaller things in other projects. And I'd never gotten like the full adult dose of them. And I really love working with them.
Yeah.
Damien, I'd never worked with before. He's a joy to work with. He's a joy to work with. To use a
like you could
cliche,
just pull that clip out there and then, pin it on his Twitter.
Well, yeah.
But
No,
that is real.
he really truly is. It's just I didn't mean to like go into some sort of like cliched hyperbole there, but
Yeah,
no,
if it's true,
he's
it's true.
fantastic. Yeah. And Emily's really fun too. She's pretty awesome to work with. Unfortunately, I never got to work with her in person. And the situation. I mean, we'll see. It's
if there's a next season, yeah.
There has to be, because the way they're going right now, it seems like they're doing like 2 chapters an episode, and I don't know. It seems like, at least for the first 6 episodes, it seemed like that's what they were doing. But I have no idea what's going to happen beyond episode 6. Maybe they're going to amp things up. It just doesn't seem like 24 episodes is enough to cover all of MASH. All of Delicious and Dungeon. MASH is a whole other story. That's like hundreds of chapters, and I barely scratched the surface of those.
Nice.
Everything is very long nowadays, but it's all real good.
I know. Tell me about it. But yeah, so when it came time to finally work with Emily in person, I got called in for jury duty. And, yeah. And it was one of those things where it was like, damn it. But I'd already told the folks at Bang Zoom, I said, hey, I think you should call these 2 people to work on the adaptation and the direction. I know they're going to have fun with it. I know they're going to get it. And luckily, they were both available. So they're going to take over, or they have been taking over. So someone was there to actually work with Emily in person on her first day in person. And after jury duty, I quickly drove over to the studio because I wanted to just say hi and you're doing a great job, and it was nice to work with you for a minute. And so at least I got to do that. So hopefully I didn't freak her out too much, and hopefully she knows that I think she's doing an awesome job, and that she's got it. It's
No, and I think everyone understands jury duty upending your life.
Oh yeah, hey, they threw me right into voir dire or whatever it's called. And I was waiting around for 4 hours going, guys, I'm going to get replaced on this job.
Oh.
And they're like, wait, nobody can fire you for being on jury duty. And I'm like, I made it clear I was a freelancer. I've been replaced on things before because of jury duty, and I've lost like months of work because of this. It's what do you do? So yeah, I mean, I lost a couple of days of my rate at this point, and I lost the opportunity to, work with someone I like in person. But, what are you going to do? The show must go on.
Yeah.
So ultimately, it is. And, sorry.
No, I was going to say, and then any other projects that you want to let people know about to check out as well.
Yeah.
Well, so the projects, the thing that I'm working on today is just doing some cleanup for a video game, and then which I can't talk about because it hasn't been released yet. And then the thing
NDAs.
Exactly. And then the reason that I can't work on, or the reason that I had to stop work on Dungeons and
I keep calling it
D&D.
Dungeon Meshy, so I feel you. I
Oh,
can't get the
okay.
name
So
straight.
you're
We've
like,
had a lot of discussion on how that title just
on
sounds weird.
Netflix making
weird
branding
translation.
decisions when it comes to
Yeah.
translating titles that already have legs. But
oh,
that's a whole
really?
other.
I thought
We
it's
have
kind of clever
opinions.
how they. Oh, you don't like the
I
Delicious in
don't.
Dungeon?
Because
Oh,
it's like literal translation. I would go more with like dungeon food or dungeon cooking. Because saying delicious in dungeon just sounds kind of weird. But like if it was dungeon cooking, I might be like, what is okay? And that is kind of literally a big part of it. So I was leaning
Yeah.
more towards that. But I was like,
And
fine, whatever.
and
I
for
like.
me, I knew
It is
about
almost
Dungeon Meshi.
tangent
Tangent
corner.
Corner, not quite. I knew about Dungeon Meshi a while ago, and so
Oh,
like Dungeon Meshi has been on my radar for a while because I've had friends who've been in the manga for forever. So it's
hmm
the sort of thing where if you're not paying attention, you can have something on your radar and miss that the title has been changed.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
this is evidently
interesting.
something that Netflix does. This is not the first anime they've done it with, and
We've
I
also
think
talked about it
there's
for
an
international
issue with.
films too.
Yeah, I think there's
Mhm.
issues with sacrificing the capital that something already has with its title to
That's
try
a
to
good
catch
point.
people who are thrown off by words that are not English in your title. But that's my opinion. I don't know anything
That's a good
about
point.
Netflix's decision making.
No, you
Yeah.
bring up a good point. I like the title just because it's intriguing. It's like, what's delicious in Dungeon, as opposed to going
Everything.
something, something a little more literal or something that blends two different languages.
Hmm.
I like delicious in Dungeon because also you can shorten it to D&D, which is
True.
kind of what was
Confusing to
inspired by.
everyone.
I know, yeah.
I'll show up
So
and be
what
like,
is Matt
wait.
Mercer going to be on the show now, and Sam and Laura and
Okay,
all
but
that?
wouldn't that be amazing?
I
Wouldn't
would
that
love
be
it. I
fun?
mean, if I had any say in casting, I mean, that whole group would be in there. That would be awesome.
The really distinctive Matt Mercer NPC voice.
Oh my God. No, that would be so cool.
Oh yeah.
But
Anyway, the project you
again,
were working on
Yes.
that has
Something
upended
else.
your schedule, the big thing you were getting to.
oh yeah, so I promised a friend that we'd be working on this together once we were ready to work on it. She's no longer with us, but I'm keeping my promise. So
Okay.
yeah, and so yeah, I'm starting work on that. Well, actually, right now I just finished the first adapting the first episode for it, and going to head into the second episode as soon as I'm finished with this, doing cleanup on this game. And yeah, that's it. So good problems to have.
Right.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
very busy, which is great.
Yeah, I'm working on stuff I like with people who are nice and fun and good people. So can't complain.
Nice. I don't know if it's announced yet, but someone asked in the chat, excited for Blue Exorcist coming back.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's coming back. Yes, I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see when. I haven't watched any of. I think like 3 episodes have come out so far, or 4 maybe, but I don't think they started the dub yet. But yeah, I'm kind of holding off, waiting for the dub. I'm not going to watch the subtitled version just yet unless I get really impatient. Oh wait,
Fair.
unless I have time. So
Yeah,
It doesn't seem like you have
that's
much of
the big
that
one.
at all.
it's just it's rough. It's like I was talking to somebody. I forget who. Oh, it was Emily Rudd.
There you go.
Yeah, so yeah, when we had some downtime or taking a break during recording and stuff, we were talking about watching anime, and um, God, I'm pretty sure it was her. It was either her or maybe Damien or someone. Fuck, I don't know. But it was one of those things where it's like I'm watching it all goddamn day. Yeah, it's maybe the same scene over and over again, but I mean, it's exhausting. It's exhausting, and it's like uh, getting into new anime when you're like working on something that you're excited about already. It's for me personally, it's too many different storylines like bouncing around in my head, and I have to stay focused on the one in front of me because that's my job. And honestly, 7:00, 7:30 at night when I get home, I just literally just want to sit down with a sandwich or a bowl of soup or something and just not look at screens.
Fair.
Very fair.
Absolutely fair.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up.
I get that jumbled. I just watched Silo, and now I'm reading the book, and they're very different. And I'm like, I'm just gonna look back on this and really have this kind of interwoven web of, no, that was in the which. That's okay, but
that, and on top of all the other shows that you two are watching and stuff, I don't see how you can keep everything straight in your head. Like, you guys must have like books of like notes, like pages and pages of it for every single.
I have an English degree, and I watch very different shows.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
Fair sometimes, or you're like, wait, I have more what did I watch today? And I have to make sure I write it down. But then I like keeping track of it. But I got to a point now too where I don't write. If I remember specifically, I'll write how many episodes. But if I don't remember how many episodes I watched, or if it's an hour show and I only watch like half an episode, I just won't bother. I'll just be like, I watched this show.
Yeah.
Great.
So, where can the people find you on the social medias if they want to keep up with your stuff?
Oh, just the handle down there. I mean, I have an Instagram, but which is pretty much my name with like little underscores there. But I don't really post on it because I don't really take pictures of anything I do because it's all secret. But that's like Twitter or X or whatever the hell you want to call it these days.
On this show, it's Twitter.
Thank you.
It's real hard. No, the only thing I will ever willingly dead name. No. Just that, nothing else.
Nice.
Well, thank you so much for coming back on. It's been so good talking with you.
No, thank you very much for having me. And again, congratulations on 100. Yeah,
thank you.
Congratulations. Keep going.
That's the plan.
And we'll talk about same as probably every guest, and then we'll come back. Have you come back, and we'll talk about whatever you can't talk about now later.
Okay. As usual.
In another couple months, which is to say next February.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks again. Have a great night.
Thank you. Bye, Carrie. Bye, Katie.
Bye.
And we are almost ready with our next guest. I think they were having maybe some tech issues because I saw them pop up and it went away.
And I'm looking at the clock like, oh no, we're late.
No, that's fine. Yes, we have another guest coming up next. They did pop in, but popped out. I think working on some tech issues there, but that's okay. Look it over. Geek Derek says Netflix anime title. How do you want to do this?
Oh my god.
Also,
that's the Critical Role joke.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, no.
Oh yeah, I have messages from him. He's having trouble with it not working.
Okay. You can, I would say, message back, and then if they want to close the window, open it again. That sometimes helps, often close it, and Chrome works better. But in the meantime, too, you all can find us over on Twitter, NTATNV, and we're here on Fanversation. So make sure you like the video, subscribe, and we have a whole folder playlist. I'm like thinking photo folder. A whole playlist of voice actor interviews and other people within the anime community. So if you are here because you like anime related stuff, which I think you probably do, if you're here, there's a whole playlist on that. And if you are new here too, we do sometimes have this thing called Tangent Corner where we're like, wait, we're going to talk about the thing for a minute. But while we are waiting for the guest, yes, that was awesome to have Alex back again. There are previous interviews with Alex related to Sword Art Online. And I think definitely that. And there might be another separate interview for Sword Art at different times. So check on this playlist of Nighttime at the Nerd Bar. We have the whole layout, and I think a couple of them have the interviews in there as well, because they're not like a regular episode. It was just interview one. I'm just looking over. Thank you, everybody in the live chat. I love that we're having people over here and chatting. And if you're just watching quietly, that's wonderful as well, too.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you guys for joining. It is always good to hear from you. And please don't worry about saying too many things or being too loud in the live chat. Like,
please
we
keep
love
going.
We love hearing from you guys. It's fun. It's a great time.
And I was just looking over.
Yep, we're still working with some technical difficulties. We are doing our best.
Looking over, John Knight says, I joined the show like 2 years ago. Yes, thank you. We do remember your name from the beginning. We got Gig Derek has been here a long time, as well as Rab Adler. So yes, thank you to everybody who's been along the way. And if you're newer and you haven't been watching for a while, awesome, welcome. We will be covering Solo Leveling, which is a really fun and gnarly show, and Delicious in Dungeon. So we have our shot and a chaser.
Gnarly is such a good way to describe Solo Leveling. Man, Solo Leveling goes places. And like, we've covered stuff on the show that's like, yeah, that's a pretty solid level of violence there. And Solo Leveling is like, hey, remember Attack on Titan?
Yeah.
And it just...
They're like violence. Yay.
Yeah. Unlike Overlord, which gives you 2 episodes to get used to the people and get sucked in before it shows you the ridiculous violence it will be showcasing. Solo Leveling just rolls right up in the first 2 minutes and goes, hey, kids. Guess what?
Yes. And
people gonna die.
Also on Solo Leveling, good point. Yes, John Knight points out. Yep, Solo Leveling English dub is now streaming on Crunchyroll. So if you are a fan,
yes, you have beat us to the news section. Yes,
we'll cover news at the end. But thank you. We appreciate.
Yes, we will indeed. Yeah.
We appreciate it when people share stuff in the chat. And we often are
absolutely.
Like, "Hey, chat, can you help us find this real quick?"
Yeah,
I like this. Gigadare goes, "It's been 84 years." It feels like. Oh, it's the beginning of that year. I like the somebody goes, it's January like 47th or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we're just still January.
It's the 1000th day of March 2020.
Yeah,
or whatever.
You're like, what?
I'm just like, okay, how we doing? We're time. Time is occurring. Time is a flat circle. Time is a weird soup.
Right. Actually, that reminds me. I'm like, not exactly tangent corner, but time is a flat circle. Who is watching? What is it? True Detective, new season. True Detective Night Country just started, and oh my goodness, that is some fun stuff, and also gnarly. So if you're not into the spookies and like icky stuff, probably not your thing. But if you do,
and if you can't handle that particular stuff when it's live action.
Yes.
Because I know that there are some people who are like, I can handle it in comics. I can handle it when it's animated. When it starts being on real people, I start having problems. Like, fair. Absolutely fair. I feel you in that regard.
It goes, ayo.
Hello again, Hack.
Hey. Yeah, no, it made me think of it because there's an interview on one of them. I think I was scrolling through it and it says, time is a flat circle, and then they have a discussion about that. So I was like, hey, wait, they talked about it on that show.
And me, the perennial red versus blue fan is time is not a line, time is a circle, and that is why clocks are round.
I was just looking over like, I know thank you everybody waiting. I think we're almost there. Yay! Our next guest is here. This guest we've had on the show, and then it was also really fun because I think it was randomly. We bumped into them at Comic-Con as well.
Yep, and I bumped into him at LA Comic-Con too.
Yes. And it is kind of that magic of Comic-Con of bumping into people you know, which is awesome. So let's welcome Frank.
Hello.
Yay! Yes, hello and welcome.
Yay, you made it.
Oh my gosh, my left turn signal is finally off. God, man. There's an uphill battle with technology trying to get on here. But hi.
Nothing quite like the browser throwing a hissy fit, huh?
Good Lord, yeah.
Very fun. Very fun. Yeah. So thank you for joining us tonight. Welcome back. It's good to see you.
God, yeah. Good to see you guys in pixelated form as well.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't too long ago. It was LA Comic-Con, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's been a hot minute since we've had you on the show. It's been, God, probably a year. We were talking Cuphead and Vampire and Starscream.
Oh,
so
Vampire Dies, right?
Vampire Dies, yep.
It looks like that was April of 2022.
Yeah, well, time is nothing.
You know, no, but we've had that already. And we're like, wait, that was a couple months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Browser reality has stopped about 3 years ago, so I think we're good.
So and I still say last year, meaning 2022. So
yeah.
So what have you been up to since then? Talk to us a little bit about what you've been doing, what you've been working on.
5'6". Yeah, just since 5th grade, really. I just kind of stopped growing. I plateaued. I was like the tallest kid in the class for a while. And then hey, hiding in the box, screaming, paying the rent by doing so. I can't complain.
Can you tell us about any specific flavors of screaming that you've been doing, or are they all under NDA?
Oh God, a nice picante. Been doing a bunch of creature stuff.
Yeah.
Good. I don't know if how blue you can go on. That's a weird segue. I was in DICKS. I don't know if
right. You can say that. We were saying fuck in the last interview. We're fine.
All right, fucking last interview. Who was in the last interview? Wow. I'm gonna go back and watch this thing. Dick's the musical. I was one of the sewer boys.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, doing a bunch of. I was a couple of the hybrids in Sweet Tooth and just a bunch of little monster kind of stuff. But
I'm sorry, I missed that. What was
that? Sorry. I was using a German accent. That's.
Yeah, the translation, I was having a really hard time deciphering, but I hear it now. Thank you.
Are there subtitles for that? I usually like to watch with the subtitles.
It's like menacing growl. Cool, because I couldn't quite tell the tone. But thank you.
The menacing was what really makes it.
Yeah.
I'm used to that. It's just the face, really. What have you guys been up to?
Celebrating 100 episodes.
Evidently.
I mean, I don't. It's water. Congratulations.
In my Lord of the Rings, thank you.
My Aragorn.
Nice.
Was that one of the did McDonald's still do nice cups around then?
Yeah.
Because I still have some with the Disney parks on them.
Right.
From the 90s.
All of the ones that we had in the 80s and 90s with had everyone had the Garfield one or whatever. Those are all lead paint. I had no idea. I've been using my Star Trek 3 Search for Spock cup for God knows how long. And we just found out that, we are slowly lowering our IQs with every sip. Because, of course, you just with every.
Of course, you just lick the outside.
But these were I think they were Burger King. These were solid. And then there was the Batman Forever ones.
Yeah, the mugs.
Yeah. Little tiny little beer steins with nipples.
Boy, we have weird nostalgia.
Yeah.
I was going to say, this is fascinating, but this is also the time of if you wanted to promote things that you
sorry.
Yes, that's also kind of what we're trying to do. What else have you been in? What would you like to tell the people about?
We can just talk about D&D again. I finally ran that Star Trek campaign I was telling you about last time. But anyway, what am I in lately? The Yu Yu Hakusho live action.
That's right.
Really good. But they took a huge amount of arcs and condensed them into these. But it
5 episodes,
flows really nicely. Yeah, it was really good. So there was that.
Who were you on that one?
Tarakune. God, I think we said the name wrong the entire time. But the gangster guy with the striped. Well, I guess it's considered my bathrobe.
Yeah,
all right. Okay.
Nice of you to come in cosplay.
Thank you.
I say pot kettling it up.
Yeah. This is I think it's from the early '60s. This little swanky. I feel like I have a little
excellent
little gin and tonic with me. I guess I could promote this weekend. I'm going to be at Pasadena Comic-Con. If any of y'all are going or around, come by for a high five. Are you guys going to be there?
Unfortunately, not.
No.
That's my con schedule doesn't really start again until February, but
that's fair. I mean,
only so much time in the day.
I mean, I do these things so then, whenever I can sneak away and just buy more toys and.
Oh my God!
Good way for fans to meet you as well. So.
Oh exactly. That part. Yeah. No, I love meeting people. I just and then we'll meet again later on when we're in the next aisle, trying to haggle over that same Star Wars figure mint on card. Why did I say Star Heroes? I don't collect Star Heroes.
Exactly. It was great to see you at my table. Now back off. This one's mine.
Well, I was also
and then you can do it with a menacing growl.
Yeah. Wait, no, it's not menacing. It's the opposite of menacing. Here's my fancy stuffed bathrobe. I'm so sorry. You're trying to talk.
No, it's all right. Looking back too, I was like, okay, what else have you been on here? But we also talked to you way back when, of October of 2021, because you were in My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah.
Any other projects that have been, maybe something that is finally releasing, or anything that I know we said NDA things, you can't do that, but that is also that nice journey of, I'm like, oh, we talked to you way back when as well.
Yeah. I think that's where we met.
Gosh, I think so. Yes.
Yeah, we met on the red carpet of the My Hero Academia movie, right?
And then wound up talking afterwards, and it was freezing.
Yeah,
it was outside.
Yeah. I think you asked me like what my power would be, like in universe of My Hero Academia.
You could pick any power and make up your own.
And instead, I started yammering on about Nightcrawler from the X-Men's Prehensile Tale, saying that my mustache would do the same thing and I would hang. And I thank you for tolerating that, whatever that was.
You say that like you're not a delight to talk to.
Oh, gosh. Thank you. Wow.
You are. You're very fun.
I appreciate it.
We don't ask people to come back if we don't like talking to them.
I told you I'd run a game if you want.
I would be down for that. Not at all kidding. That'd be a blast.
Because I was going to say, do we have your there? What is your handle online for people to follow you online too?
On Instagram, it's just F Todaro, and then whatever Twitter is called now.
Twitter.
We still call it Twitter.
On this show, Twitter.
Twitter, TikTok, and all that stuff. But I haven't really used TikTok very much.
That's okay.
It's Frank Todaro VO. And then, but all these things, you go to my website, franktodaro.tv, and they're all linked there and stuff, because I'm dumb and sometimes I forget things, and that's why we write them down.
So you're thorough, and that's why you put them on the website so that everyone can find it.
Yeah, exactly. See some nonsense.
Good to have everything you need all in one place.
Yeah.
That's not dumb. That is thinking ahead.
100th episode. So cool, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, what the heck?
Is there anything else you want to let viewers know about that?
What you're working on, the Comic-Con, anything else?
Well, there's some real cool stuff coming up.
Right.
That you're right, NDAs and stuff. We can't talk about. I'm trying to think of like things that have come out since I was in Bugs Bunny Builders as a couple a bunch of anime. Akuma-kun was really cute. I was this little demon cat bat creature called Komori Neko, and I got to sing him that one too. That was fun.
Yes.
Bunch of neat stuff. But it's all listed there because the internet is smarter than I am.
No, it's all right. It's good. I'm glad to have it all in one place. So if people want to be up to date on your projects, it's an easy way to see all of it in one spot.
Exactly.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I'm like, we do have our other guest in the wings as well, and I'm so glad we were able to get you on the show, Frank.
Yes.
And talk about what you've been working on. So that's really cool to catch up.
Right on. I'm glad I made the
ones and zeros. Thank you so much for fighting the internet to join us. Appreciate it.
Hey, congratulations, guys.
Thank you. And thanks for joining us.
Thanks for coming on again. Have a great night.
Thanks for having me. You too.
See ya. And then our next guest is... There we go. Hold on. Our next guest. First of all, thank you, Frank, for joining in. Yeah, been getting through technical difficulties because I know a few people who've come on our show. Sometimes technology doesn't work in your favor. So you know what? You just got to have patience and get through it.
Speaking of technical difficulties, I could not stay in our very first episode because my setup was erroring out. And speaking of our very first episode,
yes, and My Hero Academia, which has been quite the journey. This voice actor has been on such a journey of so many amazing big projects. Welcome our very first guest from way back when.
Yes,
welcome, Ryan.
Hey. Wait,
hello.
Is that true? Hold on, was I your first guest on your
very
first show?
Yes.
Very first episode, very first guest. Yep.
That's crazy. I didn't put that together. Happy 100th. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming back on.
No, of course. I'm glad it timed out. I like literally just ran through the day. I'm sorry if my voice is scratchy. I was shouting and doing all the things. I often wonder when I have gigs from home in my booth over there, if my neighbors either know what I do or if they're just like worried I'm shouting, because it's always the one-sided conversation that they hear, you know? And it's usually never like a pleasant thing, you know, that's being said.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're like, man, there must be some real issues in that apartment.
It's like, what is he? Who is he yelling at? What is it? Boy, that's a
They're like,
lot
you
of
know what?
screaming.
I'm not gonna knock. He seems mad. Yeah.
Yes.
Did he just repeat the same scream 3 different times?
That's what I'm hoping is usually what cues them to like not call the police, is like,
Yeah.
you know, like if I do it a second time, you know, they're like, okay, maybe it's not real.
Yeah.
You know, you do this, you do a line read and you do it 3 different ways. And it's like either he's really repeating himself or
Yeah. Well, it has been quite the journey that you've been on. So congratulations on a recent award nomination.
Oh, thank you.
And tell us, what have you been working on if people are just like, wait, who?
You know, over the past 2 years.
Oh my gosh, a bunch of stuff. I mean, my brain is too mushy at the moment to like rattle off a whole list, but I think the one that most people probably have figured out by now was Chainsaw Man. That was the really special thing I've gotten to. I mean, everything's been special, but that one has absolutely in many ways changed my life and been very surreal. So I think that's part of the whirlwind of how I can't believe it's been from 1 to 100 that I haven't spoken with you guys since. That's so crazy.
It's been wild. And Chainsaw Man, that was a role you advocated for yourself, wasn't it?
Well, like, not really. I mean, because you can't do that. You can't, like, as an actor in general, like, you can hope and wish all you like, but you can't really ask for an audition. You know, you can't assume that you are deserved of any. So I was just a fan of the manga. I just loved it, and in my heart of hearts wanted, you know, to, you know, hoped that I would get the chance to read for him, but I genuinely didn't think that I was going to get to audition for him. I actually thought it was going to be the opposite, where I was either not going to be considered because they were either going to go with somebody like reliable and a big name that they were like, we trust this person already, or just that it just wasn't going to come my way, you know, and just be a numbers game thing. So when I got the audition, that alone was like the win for me. So it's been incredibly, incredibly surreal, and people have been so kind. It's been so much fun to not just work on, but the actual like family I've made of people that I work on it with has been so incredible. The extraordinary people I've met while traveling who are just as loving of this thing as I am, their cosplay, their artwork, their kindness, just everything. It's really cool. I have never in my wildest dreams did I imagine any of this would be my life, and I wake up every day very grateful.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I wasn't able to get through much of Chainsaw Man, but that's a me problem.
Understandable.
I hit a certain episode and I went, I can't. But you do.
When I got the part, my mom couldn't, you know, I had to explain to her because she's not a gory person.
Oh, no.
But she's watched all the stuff that I've done because she's just the coolest. And, you know, I'm like, you know, Mom, I don't think you're going to be able to watch this one. It's really, really violent. And I have to say, she actually has seen the entire thing. She's like become a total fan. I think it's mom power, though. She's like, I don't care. You're my son. I will power through.
Well, there's a lot of humor in it, though, too. So that kind of helps smooth out the edges.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and your character, too, gets to have so much fun with how he talks and the noises and how he reacts to things. What has that been like for you? Because he gets to like have the most wonderfully bizarre kind of response to life, because he really is such a unique and cool individual.
He's a really special character. I think, you know, it's really rare that you get to play somebody who has all of the dimensions that you know you could dream of. Like he's got the humor, he's got, you know, the crazy feral nature, there's this aggressive kind of insanity, there's a really deep softness that I think a lot of the time gets overlooked in the conversation. Because, you know, when I first read it, I think I resonated so much with how much he was like this kind of broken, lost boy, you know, and his deepest, most real connection was like just him and his dog.
Mhm.
And I just really genuinely found a lot of his like his resilience and his enthusiasm and all of that kind of stuff. He was so compelling, and the writing for all of the characters was so layered and deep for something that was so big and bombastic and crazy and violent. And it felt like some of my favorite movies. Like it was like Tarantino or, you know, a David Lynch movie like smashed together. And it was just all of these things that I love about storytelling. And getting to be a part of that vessel, you know, it's just such a gift. To the highs, the lows, the actual writing on our show, like our ADR writer Jessica, shout out to her, because she came up with a couple of lines that were just like Shakespeare, just pure gold, that I remember walking in to record and going, this, I can't believe I get to say this is crazy.
Well, can you share any of those? Anything that is coming to mind of that was either
Yeah.
most surprising or weirdest, or?
Well, there's so many. They're all kind of surprising. I mean, but if you like, if you're familiar with the material, it's only, you know, you're only going to be so surprised. And some of it was really faithful to text, you know, as it needed to be. But there was a line in the very last episode, and I remember walking in, and it just says, "You put the dick in predictable," and I was like, brilliant. Amazing.
Excellent.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yeah, just
All
like
right, so
send it home. Yeah.
the entity that is huge, that is Chainsaw Man. So that's one awesome one to add to your shelf. What are some other big ones that come to mind that you've been working on that you want to let people know about? And yes, we know probably plenty of NDA projects, but
yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
there's been so much lately I can't talk about. And I mean, honestly, lately it's been also trying to balance, like, this may be the boring answer, but trying to balance life more, like, and just like outside of all of that, I'm a big movie nerd, and like I've been trying to catch up on all the movies I didn't see, and like, you know, catch up on a lot of shows and see a lot of friends and do stuff like that. Yeah, it's weird. It's that weird limbo time where there's a bunch of stuff I can't talk about. But I am very grateful that I will be able to soon. And hopefully next time I'll be able to do more on the show with you guys. So
Yeah.
we'll
It
chat
won't be
more in the
another 2
future.
years.
Yeah.
Exactly. It won't be that
Yeah.
long next time. Yeah.
I think I chatted with you on Instagram, so there might have been another one along the way. I don't remember when that one was, so I'm like, maybe that was why it also
Yeah, it's
doesn't feel so
possible.
long ago. But I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, that was a while ago.
Either way,
Maybe
we
not for
will.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but something else too that's really great to see of your journey. Like early on, I remember you were excited to go to conventions, and like maybe there wasn't as many happening as you wanted, but now it feels like you've got to go to so many conventions and connect with fans.
Oh, well, I mean, even when I first started doing them, I never assumed I was going to anyway. Like I never got into this going like, and then conventions like that. When Rhodey happened in the My Hero film, that was the first time conventions were offered to me as an option. And it was more, I was like, are you sure? You know, like nobody knows who I am, nor would want to come see me. Like, I don't understand. Like, I was actually, which might be the unusual thing, I was trepidatious because I was like, this doesn't seem like, you know, it's necessary. And I did a couple, you know, like I figured like, okay, worst case scenario, I will dip my toes in. And, you know, if it doesn't feel right or whatever, you know, I don't have to do them. And, you know, I also thought to be offered any at all was a, you know, a privilege. So I was like, I will totally like, you know, check it out. And I had never gotten to go to them as a kid. And being a big nerd my whole life, I'd always wanted to go to conventions just as a consumer. So I was like, this is a cool way to go. So I remember going, and, you know, at first it was just like, it was what I expected. A lot of people just like didn't know I existed and just passed me by. And I was like so happy to be there regardless, because I'm like, I'm just here. This place is so cool. We're all nerds. And I remember the funniest part is I was already reading Chainsaw Man, and there were already people Chainsaw Man cosplaying, you know, just based off the manga. And, you know, cut to a year and change later, and this whole avalanche kind of happens. And again, it was sort of a like this thing kind of got thrown at me, and I was like, I'll just say yes to adventure and kind of take it moment to moment and see what happens. You know, I just felt incredibly grateful, but also I was nervous. And I saw a lot of people that were actually like, wait a minute, weren't you here like a year ago? But like, you didn't like, you know, and I was like, oh yeah, no, of course. They're like, did you know? I'm like, no, I didn't know.
We saw you reading Chainsaw Man at the booth. Was that a clue?
You're like, it's called manifesting.
Yeah, it's called being a dork, y'all.
I mean, the 100 episodes. I have to.
Hey, you know. Nice. Was there anything else you want to let people know about that you're working on that you can share or be on the lookout for, or any other personal projects you want to let people know about?
Oh gosh, you know, for now, I'll keep it close to the chest, and I will just put love out into the world, and wish you guys well for a whole other 100 episodes, and that we get to catch up before then.
Absolutely.
And where can people find you online?
You know, I try and keep it simple. If you just type in my name, Ryan Colt Levy, you should be able to find me on the socials pretty quickly. So I'm over there, and come hang out.
Yay! Well, thank you so much. We look forward to talking with you on the next project. And yeah, hopefully it's not like
not another 100 episodes.
Yeah, no, it'll be sooner for sure. It's really great to see you both.
Yeah, good to see you too. Thanks again.
Well,
and congratulations on everything.
You too.
Thank you so much. Till next time.
Yeah.
See ya.
Cheers.
Yay. Aw.
All these good people.
Yes. And that was so fun from our very first episode to 100. And yes, not such a big gap in between. Note to self. I'm like,
oh my God. It's like, wait, it's been how long?
Right.
Okay. Time is a weird soup.
Ooh, it is. Yay. We're seeing some other people in the chat who will be on in a little bit too. We got Krystal. Yes. Let's go. Yes. And episode 100, which we'll be talking to Krystal in just a little bit. We got our next guest up, who is an really cool lady who I feel just met in the nerd scene and is also an incredible dancer, into K-pop, into anime, and recently been into some shoujo manga, which she'll tell us about. Welcome, Allie.
Hello. Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I was
Lovely.
gonna say, sorry to change your window on you. When it changes to 3, it squishes, but we see you great and we hear you.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Hi.
Yes.
Hi, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's good to be back.
Yes. So you were telling me you've been reading some shoujo manga stuff lately, and tell me more.
Yes. Oh my God. I am so into my love story with Yamada-kun. It's like, which is like funny because, you know, they have there is one season of an anime they have out. Shout out, wasn't paid to say that. I just like it so much that I will talk about it in nauseum. But like, no, the manga is so cute. And what's so funny about it is like it's about a gamer couple, and I don't even play game. I don't know if it's just me being like, I'm just living vicariously through these characters. Like, it's like the performer in me going like, am I about to go method and get into some games right now? Like, you know, like, I don't know if that's where, you know, right?
If you need some recommendations.
I know. I
got you.
Talk to you offline. Yes, please help
me.
So I can also find a boyfriend. I'm just kidding.
That I can't help you with. That I got nothing there myself, so I'm not going to pretend. I'm just here for the games.
So, Allie, what are some things that you've been working on that you want to let people know about? You have classes that you teach and all kinds of cool stuff I see on your social media.
Thanks. Yeah, I actually just got done teaching class. This is actually my yoga studio in the background.
Nice.
Yeah. So shout out. Yeah, I teach at People's Yoga, which is in East LA. And so I have those classes. If you're in the LA area and want to, you know, move and stretch with me, I'm here. And I also have my dance classes that I teach. So my studio's in Pasadena. It's called Athletic Garage, and I have my class on Friday nights. Actually, this Wednesday, I'm doing a collab with a good friend of mine, Andrew Tiamzon, and we're going to be filming class at their studio, Epicenter, which is in Torrance. So yeah, this is like a call for all the dancers. Like if you want to come through and train, like yeah, come through. It's a good time. So
Now, can this be also for folks who've never danced but maybe want to try it out?
Yeah, if you want to try it out, my class on Fridays, it's technically open level, so feel free to like step in there. But I do choreo, so meaning like, we are gonna learn a sequence of moves.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm also like a freestyle girl. So, if you're down to just move with me, like, yeah, come through,
Nice, because I know some people like maybe they're a little like ooh intimidated, not so really sure. But
Yeah.
always go take a dance class. It's so much fun. It's great to like get out of your head and just move your body.
Yes.
And you pick such fun songs too, and she shows
Thank
samples
you.
on her Instagram too. So if you want an
Oh,
idea of the vibe, that's where you can go
yes.
look.
Yes, thank you. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
mean-
We had someone. This would be the rapid fire question though. John Knight says, "What's your favorite dubbed anime?" And so, or favorite anime that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite anime. Oh, that's hard. My heart is going to a classic
Mm-hmm.
All
because
right.
I think that's just, where my heart goes to, like if I'm thinking of comfort food. And my comfort food at the moment is haiku.
Yes.
Fair
and
enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
yeah,
I'm with you.
haiku. Yeah, again, I don't play. I love how this is just another example of like
Same.
I am not in this world, but not me being Delulu and being like, but if I pick up a volleyball, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, I'm
I pick up a volleyball and train for a while.
Yeah. I was like, maybe I might be doing these moves too, guys.
Maybe that's the dancer in you because I feel I watch all of Haikyuu and I'm like, I don't know any rules about volleyball. I'm just like, this looks cool, but like rules, I don't know. That's not what I'm watching it for.
Oh my
I'm
god.
thinking-
No, I will watch these shows and read these mangas, friends, and I will dead ass think like, you know what? That's me. I'm gonna just do it. Let me just pick up a sword tomorrow, Like I don't know. I really think that's like the performer in me, like thinking like, yeah, like let's go. I'll also do a backflip right now. Let's go.
Yeah.
Do you ever consider that maybe people join your classes because they've seen something dance flavored or read something dance flavored and gone, I'm going to do that? Do you ever think that maybe you are the teacher in a class where a shoujo manga is happening?
Exactly. I really think I am like the protagonist in a shoujo manga. Like I live my life like that. I wake up and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna learn how to do this, and it might take me 100 episodes. See what I did there?
Hey.
Might take me 100 episodes. We'll see what happens.
Yes. Krista goes dance. Yes.
Dance with me.
There you go. I would also call back Haikyuu. If you all have not seen that show yet, is the best like feel good show and inspirational show. Oh my goodness, it's you don't need it, you don't need to know anything about sports. You at first you're like a boys volleyball show, but no, it's so good.
For those unfamiliar, it is the volleyball anime, and I used to watch Prince of Tennis back in the day. Like the barrier of entry to a sports anime is on the floor. They will make sure you know what they are talking about.
Exactly. You know what's funny? I actually quote haiku like in my daily life. Like if I'm like teaching either my yoga or dance classes, like I will actually quote like, there was this one time in the last chapter where Hinata says this one thing, and that's where my students will like either be like, I'm with you, or like, whoa, this girl went left field.
Oh, you cite your sources.
Yeah,
you don't just do the quote. You cite your sources.
You're like in the chapter post this match. Yeah, really, I do.
You also had a great reply. Do you remember the one you were saying when your students asked you how old you were? And reference, you said something of like you're a dragon and you're eternal.
Yeah, I always say I kind of change up the creature from time to time. But yeah, I think lately because it's Year of the Dragon, shout out.
Same.
Happy New Year.
Same.
But yeah, I'll just say like I'm a dragon, I'm 1,000 years old, and then everyone will be like, wait, what? And I'll be like, okay, moving on. The next
Love it.
Just the what? Anyway.
Yes. Now where can people find you online to learn more about your classes and follow you and be up to date on the stuff you're working on?
You can follow, if you want to follow me, I'm at _Ali Vega on Instagram. I don't use Twitter/X anymore. I'm sorry, but you can find me on Threads. If that's coming up, not me being the only person being like Threads is a thing. But yeah, I'm on there. And yeah, honestly, Instagram is kind of like the only platform I'm really, really active on. But I also just want to plug in my dance company, Ancestral Vision Movement. And then I also have my movement training program in case you want to train more in dance and movement, like yoga, martial arts. I'm kind of like a all across the board kind of girl. I have an account called femessence.movements. So that was something new I launched last year. So yeah, those two and adjacent with me _Ali Vega. That's where you can find me.
Awesome.
All right.
Yay. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much and congratulations
Thank
on
you.
the new things and your upcoming collaboration and
Yeah,
classes.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, friends. It's good seeing you both. Thank you. And
Yes.
congratulations on 100 episodes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's good to see you too. Have a great night.
Yes. Have a great night.
Thank
Bye.
you. See ya. And we are getting ready for some more guests. We got one waiting in the wings who I'm trying to remember if we met. It was probably a carpet. It's probably a red carpet.
For me, it was Anime Expo.
Okay, Anime
like
Expo.
2 years ago.
Alrighty. That makes sense. I'm like, that tracks.
Yeah,
Is that?
yeah.
But we always see them at red carpets, and
Because they're
this
amazing.
person has the biggest energy that I adore so much, and it's this joyful, like effervescent presence that we're always like, "Yay! We're so excited to see you!" And let's welcome to the stage, Krystal.
Krystal! Oh my god! Hey guys,
Hey, girl,
can you hear me
hey.
okay? Hey! Oh my gosh! Literally, like 2 minutes ago, my entire computer like shut off, and I was like, please, and I was like watching it on YouTube. I was like, please, oh my god, wait, it's almost my turn. I was so scared, but we did it. Yeah.
Yes, you are here.
You are not the first guest to have technical difficulties tonight.
This has happened.
Nice.
It's
Not
been
the only one. I love that.
Yeah,
It's been a wild one.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hi, John. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Happy to be back.
And
Yeah, happy to have you.
And something exciting that you just started. You have your own review show going on. Tell us about it. And congratulations.
Thank you. Did you say tell you about it? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. I was like,
I know about it. I follow you online, but like,
No
tell
problem.
the viewers.
There is
Tell
an
them.
audience. There's humans here who haven't seen you before.
Hello,
Tell
everyone.
them.
My name is Krystal, and I have a podcast called Between the Storylines, where I basically get, deeper into what is maybe the nuances and stories that we might not be aware of, and how can this like affect us or the world around us, and how we view people and blah, this and that. And I really love psychology, so I'm like, I feel like there's a way to put these two together, and there are. And so that's what I've been doing. Yeah.
Nice.
All
I love
right.
the title too, by the way. I'm like, yes, it sounds so cool.
Thank you. So at first I was going to do Between the Lines, and someone was like, there's a sports channel that uses Between the
Ooh.
Lines because they like
Oh,
run
yeah.
between the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. And then originally I was going to do something just solely based off of like anime and manga. I think it was like, but I was like, I want to be able to expand past just anime and manga. There's I think I was like watching Lord of the Rings at the time, and I was like, what if I want to watch Lord of the Rings? What if I want to talk about Lord of the Rings? Like, I can't talk about this in my podcast. It's called something anime. What the heck? So
I mean, you can. Lord of the Rings is an anime. It's fine.
it's whatever I want it to be, honestly.
And then so where that people would find that online as Between the
Yes.
Storylines, right? For
Yes.
the handle. All right.
Yeah, Between the Storylines. On Twitter, I had to shorten it because it wasn't long enough. But if you just type Between the Storylines, it'll pop up. But the podcast is currently on Apple, Amazon, Audible, which is the same thing. Spotify, and
Nice.
I think I'm missing one, but I don't know what it is. Someone asked me to do a title, and I was like, Beyonce's streaming platform. Oh my gosh! So I got to figure out how to do that too. Yeah.
Nice.
Obviously, when you want to be on Beyonce's streaming platform.
I have
obviously.
to. The least I can do for myself is be on Beyonce's.
Yes. And what are other things that you've been working on you want to let people know about? You went to Japan not too long ago.
did
You
go to
posted really
Japan.
cool videos of that.
Very
I was
jealous. How'd it go?
You'll be there. Literally, it was so originally me and my friend were supposed to go 2 years ago. COVID happened. couldn't go at all. So then we were talking about like going again, and I was like, okay, we have to do it. We have to just do it. Don't even think about it. Buy the ticket. Don't think anything. I bought the ticket. Probably should have thought about it a bit more because I just bought it. There's probably a better way to do it, but I was just like, whatever. Bought it. We went to Japan. We had no plans. We just showed up. We said, whatever happens, happens. It was a lot of fun. It was definitely like, it wasn't stressful, but it was just like, sometimes it would get a little tense because it'd be like 11 p.m. and we're like, okay, what do we do now? Do we go home? Do we stay up? But it was good problems to have, so it wasn't a bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad
important question: Did you speak any Japanese? Did you know any?
I studied I actually have an associate's in Japanese. I studied it for 3 years in community college in San Marcos. Do I remember it? But I can get around. I can get around.
Like, if you're hearing it, you can get it versus having to speak it, you know?
Yeah.
I think I'm better at reading and speaking than I am to hearing because so fast. So fast. Yeah. Like, oh my God. I can't, no, it's I'm just like, please, just a little slower, please. Or write it down, please.
But did you find too, like in the bigger cities in Japan, you could get around okay if you, just the basic, please and thank you 100%. And like, where's the bathroom? Like, 100%. You can survive.
And people are very friendly and, well, at least from my perception, like they are very like helpful with helping you get around and like when you get off of train stations and stuff like that. And then you can use like on your phone, Google like Translate. If you take a picture of anything, it can translate it for you. So
very cool. Nice.
I actually have a question for you guys. How does it feel to hit 100 episodes? How does that feel for yourself personally? Like, how does it feel, this achievement?
Wild as hell.
I could imagine.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I agree with that one. I did say candidly on like one of my posts, I'm like, I am a little bit surprised we made it all the way here because honestly, when we started, we're kind of like, yeah, sure, let's do this thing. And, not that either of us are quitters or anything like that, but people don't understand how much effort it is to show up continually. And, like you're starting out on that podcast and we'll come on your show when you get to 100.
And come on your show before then if you want us to.
That too.
You've seen me tear apart stuff on my imaginary pin board. Yeah, you've seen me do this. I'm here
every
for
single
it.
time. But literally, keep going. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like people don't really, or they're just like, oh, it's just a podcast. It's just a show. I'm like, oh no, there's a lot more involved than people understand, and it's that commitment and consistency. I mean, of course, 100%. Life happens. We've had different ones of like, ooh, somebody's traveling or not feeling well or whatever, life. But it's like, you know what? We'll be back the week after or after that. And so I think it's that, and then proud of yourself and proud of being a team and getting through it too. Cause it's also not just like one of us doing it. Like, we had to coordinate. Communication. All right, Katie, I'm not ready yet. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, cool.
How are we doing this? Are we having someone on tonight? Let's figure out what we have for press releases. What's the thumbnail look like? And let's be real. All of the heavy lifting is on that side of the screen. This would not happen without her. Gonna be real. She does 90% of the behind the scenes stuff, and I'm here just writing emails.
Okay, guys.
And I'm like, thank you for sending that email. I don't want to do that.
I definitely, because even I just finished 4 episodes, and I was like, wow, I'm so proud of myself for even doing 4.
Hey, you started
100.
Inertia is the hell of a drug.
It's
just Monday night. It's Monday night. Therapy is over. I've got an hour and then we get on the show. Monday nights are blocked out.
Yeah. Props to you guys.
Thank you. And even doing just 4 too I say just at right now, not adjust. Doing 4 episodes, just starting is the biggest problem I think a lot of people face. Is like, no, it's all right. Just start the thing. We had tech issues. We had mic issues. We had camera issues. We had background issues. We had like I moved and it's like, oh my gosh, we have to change the whole setup. So, it's do the thing and you'll figure out things you want to change along the way.
Just do the thing. Start the thing.
Start the thing. Well, we do have another guest in the wings, but what do you want to let people know about that?
That you're working on.
That you're working on, and go back to promoting anything that you want to promote.
Yeah. We're here every week. Let's talk about you for a minute.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that I'll probably promote is the podcast. I'm just very excited to see where it can go. And I really hope that it can like help people in ways maybe they can learn things about themselves, learn how to treat others more kindly and stuff like that. So I'm just very excited to see what happens. Can't wait to have you guys on so we can talk about Trigun and every other thing that we like to talk about.
Let's go.
So yeah, that's all I really have. I appreciate you guys for having me and just making this space for people to come and listen to you guys talk.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
It's
Good
good
to
to
see you.
follow you over. I mean, you post really cool stuff on Instagram, but also on X. I know not everybody's over on the X and the Twitter space.
The Twitter, yep.
The Twitter. But Krystal posts really cool and insightful posts. So if you want to be the deep thinker on things,
change your life.
Go follow her. Because it's like, hey, why
Yes.
do people do this? And like good pondering things. So
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Trying to figure it out. This is, I don't know if I'm pointing at my thing, but this is my social, Krystal Shanelle.
Yes.
Everywhere I'm there. And I'll see you guys there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all I have. I love you guys so much.
Love you too. What a queen.
Such you know what? Energy is infectious in a good way. Only time infectious is a good word. So you know, when you put out that kind of energy, it's great. Because then like people feel that, and so it's always fun. This next guest has been a fun person to bump into at different events, and then it was red carpets, and then it's fashion and it's filmmaking online combined with like nerdiness is just so cool to see. Because I think some people, you know, they're like, oh, you know, I can't do the thing. But when you see people constantly putting out the work and showing you their creativity, it's inspiring. So,
I mean, my dude is a Renaissance man. He does a lot.
Yes. So we're going to welcome Irving. Woo!
Hello.
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm surviving out here.
Hey, you know what?
That's the alternative.
Yes.
I feel that. How y'all feel with the 100th episode?
It's wild.
It is wild. Yes.
I know. I'll feel crazy right now.
No, it's been fantastic. It's been a great show. Oh no!
Oh no!
There it is. I was gonna say, where'd you go?
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We lost you for a hot second.
It's all good.
I was gonna say, don't touch your screen. But yeah, no, it's great, and it's been awesome having so many different guests on. So welcome on to the show, and welcome back. Because before we talk about different stuff you're working on, what are some things that you've been working on lately that you want to let people know about? Like if they have never seen you, here we go. Krystal,
and you had a big announcement today.
Yeah, the big announcement today. You know, I laugh so hard. I found out actually a couple hours before the announcement. That I was going to be working on a Peter Pan film.
Nice.
So I'm like, hey man, big news about to happen. Like, what's up? But they sent me a link, and I'm like, oh, a Peter Pan film from Yahoo. I'm like, so this is official. All right.
And what is your involvement with the film? Are you allowed to share?
I'm gonna be producing. Cool.
Nice.
Everything. So yeah, I found a couple hours before the post. I found out. So that's what happened.
Okay.
At least it was a couple hours before the post and not with the post.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. What else am I working on? I'm working on a couple of other spec ads that I have coming up. They're going to be really cool. That it's going to be a little groundbreaking that people are not ready for.
Okay.
It's something that like a realm that I haven't even touched really.
Intriguing.
And then I got an original coming out real soon that I'm going to be filming real soon. That I'm going to be pitching to.
Are we having connection problems?
I don't even know. I'm just. Yeah, I'm gonna be pitching. I'm gonna be pitching to people and everything. So it's gonna be really cool.
Nice.
Good.
And then what are some of the recent ones that, like, you know, if people are new to you and they haven't seen you before, what are some of the recent spec commercials that you've put online? Which, I mean, we've seen them, but let people know.
It's It was super cool. I did a JBL Scrub Daddy, JBL Scrub Daddy Pizza Hut.
Yes.
So the JBL one had people sent to the roof. It's just such a simple, the most simple video, but everybody loved it. I had like a lot of phone calls, which kind of, what I do is like, I'll put out spec ads and then, go from there. So ideally I just, I'm like, all right. And I just want to direct, and I'm like, what's the possibility to put myself on and put everybody on to like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person I like to eat with people. I don't like to eat alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if you've got your crew that you know and you know how they work and you work well together, of course you want to bring them with you.
Yeah. So it's been really cool to create these spec ads, and then like there's a couple upcoming G Fuel and
right.
Really?
I can't say what particular collab, but it is a popular anime.
All right.
Nice.
And I am doing another collab with Konami, which is
very nice.
Sweet.
I'm excited for that one.
And you're also involved with clothing. Tell everybody what you're like, because I feel that's something that some people are like,
yeah.
What? Yes.
Anime Gear Guru. It's been a crazy journey learning because we got an official license. We got the official license with Kill la Kill and
nice.
And what do you call it? Full Metal Alchemist. And then we do got another. I can't say it. I can't say it until they
NDA territory.
We just got a third license, and it's a low key anime, but everybody's gonna know what it is. It's gonna be really cool.
All right.
So
that's very cool.
It's been a real cool journey. We're learning still. The business is years old, so just learning from being unlicensed and now licensed and learning the whole spectrum. Yeah.
And I want to bring this up for people who aren't as familiar with your brand, because I think this is one of your standout features. Talk to us a little bit about the straps.
Oh, so our bomber jackets have shoulder straps, right? So if you ever get hot, like during you're in an event, you could people put the jackets over. But there's straps on the inside of the bomber jackets that you could wear as a backpack and put over your shoulder, and it won't fall off. So it's been a cool feature. A lot of people now. We also got crop top jackets as well too. The Kill la Kill. We have crop top hoodie and crop top jackets now.
Nice.
And yeah, for the people who really love the jackets, and you want to wear them on your shoulders like an anime character, and you can't keep them on. The straps keep them on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sure.
Nice. Is there are people able to buy those online, or do they need to get them at convention, or is it a mix of both?
It's both.
All right.
We do sell them online, and then in conventions we do give out really good deals. You know what I mean? So
it's nice to see in person, try it on. Yeah.
We got now venturing hoodie, with doing with embroidery and everything, so it's pretty cool. It's been really cool. We're trying to, we're testing with a couple things with bold designs. I call it bold design. Yeah.
And that's embroidered. That's not screen printed.
No, it's everything's all embroidered.
Sweet.
So,
excellent stuff.
Better longevity on that too, for sure.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
I'm very destructive with clothes, so I tell people, just embroider mine. I'm very destructive.
Yeah. Well, you do all kinds of crazy things with your videos, so I believe it.
100%. I don't own nice things. Everything gets destroyed. 100%. I was that child growing up.
Well, then you're the perfect, test run for it. Of can it survive you?
Yeah, it's gotta be hardy. It's gotta be quality.
I tell people what was it? During college, we were given Adidas cleats, these Adidas cleats for the team. And I'm letting y'all know this is not lasting this season. They're like, are you serious? I'm like, I promise you they're not lasting. game 4, they were ripping. Like I was tearing through them. I'm very destructive with clothes. I'm the worst. I don't own stuff.
A high impact person.
Oh yeah, no, like
yeah.
Don't care. Like it's just I guess in my head I'm like, bro, this is materials. Like I just gotta focus on this.
Yeah. You gotta get the job done and you will get it done. Nice.
Yeah. For sure.
Now, where can people find you online and learn more?
ChristianMingle.com. I'm kidding.
Best answer of the night. Thank you.
You're like, well.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Y'all can find me on pretty much all platforms. Irving Lambert _ everywhere. So basically, you're gonna TikTok, Twitter or X. I still call it Twitter. Maybe I'm
so do we.
Maybe I'm a boomer. I don't know.
No, X is a stupid name.
Yep.
Facebook. I have Facebook, YouTube.
That makes you a boomer, but you know.
You said what?
I said having Facebook, that makes you a boomer. It's okay.
Oh,
I do.
So I got Facebook for I got the old people that like.
Yes, same. It's the family that's older. I'm like that. Yeah, I'll keep. Facebook.
Yeah, no, I got.
It's the events.
Yeah, that too.
I got church folks that follow me on Facebook. They don't like Instagram. Like, Instagram's the devil. I'm like, okay, Facebook if you want to say.
Yeah, they're totally not owned by the same company.
Yeah.
No. You know what? To each his own. I'm not going to stop.
All right.
That's fair.
Can find you online using your name there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Irving Lambert _ yeah, it's fairly simple. My government's out there now.
Nice. Well, and thank you so much for. Where is the boom? There we go. Thank you so much for joining us and coming back on the show.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Congratulations on the 100th episode.
Thank you.
Milestone. Now we got to see.
You.
Now let's just see 1,000 episode. Like if you got to pull off One Piece. So.
Oh God!
Oh, whoo!
Look, listen.
Hey.
Measuring up to One Piece is a hell of an ass.
Y'all don't know. Y'all never know. 1,000 episodes, y'all can do it.
Oh my God! It took us 2 years to get to 100.
So
what is that? See you in 19 years? Is that how the math shakes out?
Or no, we'll just have a time where we're doing multiple episodes a week, and that's how we'll.
Oh my God! Let's get to 200 first, and then we'll start talking.
I want to see 200. I want to see 200. Y'all got it.
Yeah. So we'll
have you back on for episode 200. It'll be great.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It will be great.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks for coming on, and good to see you.
I appreciate it. It's nice seeing y'all as well.
Yeah, have a good night. Thank you.
Looking forward to see more of your projects.
Yeah.
No, y'all gonna love the projects.
Oh,
all right.
All right, y'all.
See ya.
All right, have a great night. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, tech issues or not, that was pretty
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Again, that is what I was doing the first episode.
Yeah.
Because I had my camera on a tripod that evidently likes to interface with it in ways that I don't like. And so it kept acting like it was pushing buttons and popping me out of the session.
Yes.
Never again. We don't do that anymore.
Yes, we've had different mic issues. But you know what? Back to kind of what we said earlier. Just do the thing, start the thing. You will only learn from doing it. And that's how. Well, we're not done just yet, but first, huge thank you to all of our guests who came on this evening. It was so fun catching up with everybody and hearing what people are working on. Just reminisce and see all their lovely faces through, even if it's digital, because that's a great way to connect with everybody when everybody lives all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, thank you to everyone for coming back on. Thank you to everyone for being willing to come on in the first place. And thank you to everyone who's been on the show who was not available to come on tonight. We see you. We love you. Thank you so much. And thank you to the chat.
Yeah.
And the people who watch later and leave comments on YouTube. Y'all the real ones.
Yes. I'm like, we see you. I see the numbers there and I see people in the chat. So thank you.
You are what prevents us from talking into the void.
Yes.
Not that the void is bad company, but it's nice to know there's someone on the other end.
Exactly. I mean, we could chat forever too, but it is nice to know that you all are out
We
there
can. We
watching
have.
too. Yeah. I'm like, all right, we're gonna keep talking. Okay, now it's
100
late. We need to
episodes
go.
in. You bet your ass we could talk to each other forever.
Yes. All right. So now a little bit normal, regular housekeeping business of
Yep.
things we're excited about because
we've been excited this whole episode. Let's be
Yes,
real.
this is true.
So
This should have been up the whole time.
Yes, this installation of things we're excited about is going to be just full Big Monday energy because it is 9 p.m. local and we've been going. We're having a great time. Speaking of having a great time and things that are coming back around, the Crunchyroll Anime Awards are coming back around and they have revealed their nominees. They revealed their nominees last week. Voting is open if you want to vote for best anime, best performances, etc., etc. Let's see if we have a date. We don't have a date yet. We do have a number of hosts and presenters. Megan the Stallion is at the top of the list. Iman Vellani, for those of you who have watched Miss Marvel or The Marvels, yeah, her, which exciting as hell. Lisa, a Japanese singer and songwriter who's performed hit anime themes. Roland, a Japanese nightclub host. Aquaria, an American fashion model, drag entertainer, and international DJ, and also the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 10. Che Lingo, a British rapper. Lena Lemon, a content creator focused on anime cosplay and gaming. Yaeji, an artist, producer, vocalist, and DJ. And Yolanda Garcia, a singer from the Philippines. So we already have some fantastic star power for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Voting is open through January 27th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. You are able to vote every day, and it's now easier with one-click voting. And the awards, the results will be announced live at the 2024 Anime Awards on Saturday, March 2nd through a global fan live stream. And these will be taking place in Tokyo, so make sure to adjust for your local time zone. It might be real early or real late for you, depending on where you are. And of course, we have, I think I'm just going to do a couple of these, read out all the nominees, and then I'll just give you some more categories.
I'm pretty sure we had someone who was nominated on the show.
Yeah. So, Anime of the Year, Bocchi the Rock, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, The Swordsmith Village Arc, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Oshinoko, and Vinland Saga Season 2. So, banger after banger after banger, as you do.
Yep.
Best Continuing Series, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, Spy Family, and Vinland Saga. Best New Series, Bocchi the Rock, Chainsaw Man, Heavenly Delusion, Hell's Paradise, Oshinoko, and Zom 100. Best Film, and definitely, guys, keep an eye out for some of these. Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King, Blue Giant, Kaguya-sama Love is War, The First Kiss That Never Ends, Psycho-Pass Providence, Suzume, a favorite on this show, and The First Slam Dunk. We got Best Original Anime, Animation, Character Design, Director, Cinematography, Art Direction, Romance, Comedy, Action. We go into genres, we go into individual performances, we go into dubs. There are so many categories here, you guys. Definitely head over to, where is the website? It's on here. I just need to open it. Head to crunchyroll.com. You should be able to pop open the Anime Awards and vote there. Remember to vote every day for your favorites. And again, that is open until January 27th. I can do words. Words are great. 5 more days as of the recording of this episode. And the show itself is on March 2nd. So keep an eye out for that. Should be very fun. They always are.
Yes. Excited to see that one, and it's fun to go vote for your favorites. Those who did a stellar job. The show's a lot. It's awesome. It's also a great way to learn about other shows that maybe you kind of missed, even if they're huge and they're great. Maybe you were like, "What show?" I kind of like
last year.
I'm like, "Oh,
yeah." Like, I think last year, the German dub of Gonkutsuo was up for an award, which threw me because Gonkutsuo has been around for forever and is a fave. It's such a wild show. But like, oh, hey, it only just recently got a German dub. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Very cool. Looking over, I'm like, ooh, yes, we've been here for a while. We are excited to still be here, though. I'm like,
yes,
yeah.
we have. Yes,
All
we
right.
have.
We had mentioned it already a little bit, but going a little bit
Mhm.
back into it, Solo Leveling has premiered the first English dub episode back on the 20th, so only 2 days ago,
Yep.
on Crunchyroll. So new episodes will be added each week. I think that's awesome too, in the sense that they are not that far behind the sub. So
Yeah.
if you want to watch the dub, go watch it, and then you can like just come back and circle back to us when we catch up on the episodes. But you're only like 2
Yeah.
behind us, so it's not
Yeah.
15 or something like that. So that's awesome.
Episode 1 of the dub dropped the same day that episode 3 of the sub did.
Yeah.
So not much of a distance. And if you watch one episode of the dub and go, I need to know what happened next, if you're up for switching languages and have no impulse control like me, you can flip over to the sub and be like, I need to know, I need to know, I need to know, and then go back and watch the dub when the episodes drop.
Yes.
You can do all of it.
Yes. And looking over at the names, we got our Solo Leveling main hero, voiced by Alex Lee, who you may know from Demon Slayer, who we have also interviewed here on this channel. Go check out the Demon Slayer Red Carpet playlist.
And Dragon Ball Super, I believe. Did we?
Yes. Yes. Yu Jin-ho is voiced by Justin Briner. The sister of our hero, and apologies on saying names, is Rebecca Wang. And
I think we've got a few characters in here that we haven't met yet.
Yes.
Who've been announced. The one that sent me is that the commissioner is voiced by Song-won Cho, because he's amazing.
Yes. And then we also have Danny Chambers, who was also on this show before too. Then Christopher Sabat and Kent Williams, Ian Sinclair, and Michelle Rojas, to name a few. So go check that out if you want to check out the dub version of Solo Leveling over on Crunchyroll.
Yeah. It's love that show. Again, we were talking about it definitely tells you right away what your level of violence is going to be rolling in. So you get that litmus test right away. But man, am I enjoying this show. It's wild.
Yes. Did we have any other news? Because also
we did. We got one more.
There we go.
Rolling back over to shows that have both excellent subs and dubs and are brought to us by Crunchyroll. Aniplex and Crunchyroll announced global theatrical dates for Demon Slayer, the Hashira training arc. So, we already knew that we were going to get a world tour, that we're going to get some premieres, and that starts on February 10th. New York City, Berlin, Germany, Mexico City, Sao Paulo, Paris, London. So if you're in one of those cities and you want to go to a premiere, definitely check and see if tickets are still available. The Los Angeles premiere for the Swordsmith Village arc was a blast. And as a reminder that this is the, I believe, final 2 episodes of the previous arc and an extended cut of the first episode of the upcoming arc. So here we will have, revisit the gripping finale of the Swordsmith Village arc while getting a sneak peek at the highly anticipated Hashira training arc in one extra-sized blockbuster experience. So when they do these, they tend to be remastered for theater sound. It is beautiful seeing these on the big screen, guys. We were fortunate enough to attend the LA premiere for the previous one and highly recommended going to these if you can. Global theatrical release dates include February 21st, Malta. You're getting it before literally everyone else. February 22nd is seeing much of Europe and South America, as well as New Zealand. February 23rd is seeing essentially the rest of Europe, as well as South Africa and the United States. And we have February 24th, including select countries in French-speaking Africa, Switzerland, and France gets a 2-day event screening. And rounding things out, February 27th, Austria, Germany, and Switzerland, the German-speaking dub, and additional territories' theatrical dates, including India, will be announced soon. So keep an eye out on Crunchyroll's website. Keep an eye out for the screenings. And if you live in one of those cities that we had initially listed, keep an eye out for tickets to one of those premieres. They are a blast.
Yes.
And if you are comfortable seeing anime in theaters with fellow fans, I still go fully masked when I go to theaters because I'm going to be in a room for 2 hours with a bunch of strangers. And that, for me, that's what makes me comfortable, is knowing I still have my own protection. So I still go to theaters fully masked when I go. That's my level of comfort. If you're comfortable going to a theater, absolutely go out, see this with your friends, see this with your fellow anime fans. It is such a good time. And that sound remaster is something else.
Yes, and seeing anime movies in theaters with fans is just a whole other level of experience. Like that enthusiasm is just so awesome to experience. But if you see it, in its quiet theater, still cool. You'll still have a great time.
It was a good time regardless.
Yes.
So yeah, all of our announcements today have been provided by Crunchyroll. Thank you, Crunchyroll, keeping us in the loop. Much appreciated.
And then to round things out, we have our stuff you should check out. So this is things we're watching, reading, video games, whatever, and that you should check out, which we do have an entire episode of what people are working on. So 1, check those out. 2, kind of circling back, but brief then, still reading the book 1 for Silo, still liking it. And yes, it's very different from the show. So if you like the show and you want more, read the book, because it's a lot of things are different that you don't feel like it's boring, but it's still those kind of bullet points that you're not like, what? But changes some things in the source material are different, so it feels fresh. There's that. I think I'm almost done with season 2 of Gilded Age. I'm like, I just talked about that, but it's only like 6 episodes, so it's gone by pretty quick. Still really liking it. It's still a very entertaining period piece show. It's on HBO, and it's like the late 1800s New York City. You go from the different experiences of different groups and different people, and that's what makes it really entertaining. And then rounding out because it just started, True Detective Night Country, also on HBO. Not sponsored, but HBO, if you want to. It is a
HBO,
really good show. But it is like heavy, and there's some weird shit stuff. And if you can't handle that with people, I do not recommend, because there's some like gnarly stuff, and it is definitely more on the horror, spooky side, and like gross of some things. But it's really good. That if you like horror, immediately first episode, I was like, all right, buckle in, I'm ready to go. And then episode 2 keeps it up. And it's just very entertaining. So if that's something you're into, you should check it out.
All right. I think I'll be skipping True Detective because I know I can't handle that.
I was like, that might be too intense for you. And it's like a mystery too. So if you're into mystery stuff, that's also a good one.
Yeah, mystery thriller is very fun. I know where my levels are, and it's knowing where your levels are is not a bad thing. Yeah. We finally finished the back half of Loki last night, and
nice, yay!
We're behind on some things.
Or just season 1?
Season 2.
Okay, all right.
So all I can say is they better not renew that show. That was such a good ending.
Yeah, you're
like leave it.
Yep.
Leave it, Marvel. Leave it.
Yep.
It's like having a dog put down a toy. Leave it. Nope. Stay.
Nope.
But yeah, just excellent. Yeah. Excellent work. Very fun. No spoilers for those who have not watched Loki yet. I do recommend it. If you're not into the MCU at all, it might be a little weird getting into it. Still a fun romp, but context is important. If you are an MCU person, my God, what a good show. Yes, I have also fallen into the chintzy reality TV competition trap, as I often do. And I'm currently watching a show called Holy Moly on Netflix. Which,
wait, that's the golf one?
Yes.
Yes.
Which I'm not sure if they're still making it. We got 4 seasons on Netflix, and I haven't checked the dates. I'm like halfway through season 2 already. Because this is a show that I can just put on and leave it, and it's a very good time. It is a cross between miniature golf and, if any of y'all remember the show Wipeout, which was based on Takeshi's Castle, which we know as Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, if you watched Spike TV back in the day. Basically people bouncing off of obstacles and trying to get across water hazards and failing, and, they fall and it's funny. That's basically the show. They fall and it's funny. For Holy Moly, they are attempting to play mini golf and then get across these obstacles. And season 1, I think, was a proof of concept, and season 2 is like, we're going to make it bigger and better, and wow, season 2 has been a ride.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. One of the holes has a through line that I was not expecting, and I'm just thoroughly enjoying. I wasn't expecting a plot arc for a miniature golf hole, but here we are. But yeah, Holy Moly is absolutely ridiculous and very, very fun. And it's on Netflix, so you don't have to deal with commercial breaks. You just, for now at least, you just vibe. It's a good time.
Nice.
And then bringing back an old one, I have to wreck it because my friends from the Bean server are here, and I love you guys. If you haven't watched Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, what's stopping you? It came out in 2018. It is not the latest iteration of Ninja Turtles, but one back. It takes a lot of new approaches to the material that a lot of other shows haven't, or that a lot of other iterations of Turtles haven't, while still sticking close enough to it that you can see, oh, here's the beats I'm familiar with. Here's the characters I like. It brings up a brand, yes, I know it's a great show, Heck. Yeah, Heck, Untitled. Is Elle still in here? Again, my friends on the Bean server, we're all into Turtles. So I have to bring it up. It's a very, very good time. It is 2 seasons. It's technically 1.5 seasons because that second season, you know, they get cut short sometimes. It's 2 seasons and a movie. Both seasons are on Paramount Plus, and the first season and the movie are on Netflix. The movie is Netflix only, so it gets a little weird trying to watch the whole show. It is very, very much worth it. And this is also a show that occasionally likes to dabble in the body horror. For the episodes, they're like, okay, it's Y7. You kind of got to tone that down a little bit. And for the movie, they're like, you're on Netflix. You got a budget. Let's go. This is the movie I advertised to people with. There is one scene, I was watching this with my roommate, where I leaned back and she leaned forward and went, that guy just got Cronenberged. So, you know, if that's your speed, it's a really good time. I have had brainworms for this show for about a year now. It is just continually been a source of joy. Highly recommended. Put it in your eyeballs. It's a blast.
Nice. Well, you all have plenty of homework to do now.
So many people. And once again, before we go, I would like to reiterate, this show would not happen without Carrie. This show would not happen without this human here who sets up every episode, who does all the thumbnails, who takes care of pretty much all of the back end. We would not be here without you.
Aww.
So thank you so damn much for doing so damn much of the heavy lifting on this show.
Well, thank you for being the other half of it too, because I'm like,
another commentary.
No, but you know, like if otherwise by yourself, which is nothing wrong with anybody doing a show by themselves, but makes it all the worthwhile to have a co-captain here. You still need a pilot, but you need that co-captain. So thank you for being here as well. And
of course,
huge thank you to everybody who's tuned in, our guests, the different companies we've worked with too, of access to the different shows that we've covered. Thank you to all of those. And here's to many, many more. I don't know if we'll quite get to 1,000, but
to the network and to our producer.
Yes.
Who was the one who sat us down and went, y'all should do something. And we went, okay. And here we are 100 episodes later doing something.
Yes.
So thank you. You are wonderful. We love you.
Mm-hmm. And I was speaking of that conversation here. Make sure you subscribe, thumbs up the video, share it with people. Check out the other playlists. If you're new here on the channel, there's a lot of really cool stuff on the channel. And follow us over, there it is, NTATMB over on Twitter.
Yes.
And all kinds of other interviews on the Fanversation channels, as well as other stuff. Which, speaking of that, where can people find you, Katie, and anything else that you want to promote?
Yeah, you can follow me all over the social medias, as well as on YouTube and Twitch at Kiaxet. That is Kiaxet. Channels are a little quiet right now because life is an entire thing, and we're again, time is a flat circle. We're doing our best over here. I am also a co-host on Silver Screams, a YouTube channel I do with my roommate that is horror themed. So if you're the kind of person who really likes watching other people get jump scared, head to that channel and definitely watch the reactions for the Halloween trailers. Because again, she leans in and I jump all the way out of my skin when they do jump scares. The Halloween trailers are really well done, you guys. I know there's some over-under on the latest movies, and that's a different discussion, but we have a lot of fun on that channel. So definitely check that out. It's a good time.
Nice. And you all can find me online at Carrie D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. And here on the Conversation channel, not that long ago, interviewed Tim Rosen for the Surreal Estate show. So if you're a fan, speaking of horror, if you're a fan of Surreal Estate, go check that out. And we've also talked to him previously, I think also Surreal Estate, and way back when Winona Earp too. So there's a lot of history there of watch stuff. You can find me all across the social webs with the same handle. TikTok has some other movie reviews and other kind of just various content. But whatever platform you use, that's an easy way to find it. It's the same. So keep it simple.
Branding.
Yeah, I got lucky. Keep that all the same.
Mhm.
And I feel we can say thank you a million times, but huge thank you also to Katie to being on this with me and making this a thing, because otherwise, you're just like, well, I can just do it. It's like, no, it's so nice to have somebody else. And then it's, and then somebody who's like, hey, I need more time. Okay, that's cool. And then being on that same wavelength too, because sometimes she
Very
needs time.
often.
Sometimes I need time. It's totally
Sometimes
cool.
we
Perfect.
both do.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's, I'm running late. So am I. See you in 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's about communication, y'all. That
Exactly.
makes big difference. And thank you again to everybody watching live. And if you're watching later, no worries. Comment down below, and we'll ideally have timestamps too, and the social handles for people in case you missed them.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see you then next time for 101.
Ah!
I
We'll
think
show
it'll
up in
take a while
spots. We'll have Dalmatians. 101 Dalmatians.
Oh man, I don't know. Do I have anything black? Well, if that's something black and white, we should totally do that.
Oh, everything I have is like it's either Beetlejuice stripes or it's leopard print. I don't actually have
I know. I was like, ooh, I
Dalmatian
don't think I have, but we can still just do black and white, and it'll be like close enough. Yeah.
The fun part's going to be whether either of us remember that next week.
Yes. Well, tune in to find out.
Yes.
And if you stuck through this entire time live
We
too
love you.
and regular, we love you. Love you. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Thank you all. Bye.